Hello, everyone. So, today we have Swayam Mohanty with us, who is a student of Dayal Singh College, Delhi University, and he is in the final year of his BSc Honors in Physics. Swayam has already cleared his IIT JAM exam and he has secured 55th rank all over India, which is a remarkable achievement. Congratulations, Swayam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
So, Swayam, we move on to our question answer session. First of all, please tell our audience that what is IIT JAM and what are the criteria before you take this exam. I mean, who should take it and which are the admitting institutes?
Right. So, IIT JAM, JAM stands for Joint Admission Test for Masters. So, this is basically an entrance test for various master's courses. I think courses are physics, chemistry, mathematics, biology, geology, and recently they've also introduced one for economics. People who appear for JAM are basically 3 years BSc students, but I think BTech students can also appear for JAM. And the eligibility, other than that, is basically you have to have 75% marks throughout your bachelor's course. And the admitting institutes for JAM are obviously IITs. But other than that, you can also get indirect admission into IISc and various NITs through this exam.
All right. So, Swayam, what course would you be joining if we may ask you?
So I'll be joining Masters MSc in Physics.
All right. So, Swayam, my next question is that how early should one start preparing for IIT JAM?
So ideally, the rule of thumb is you should start about 1 year before the exam. So the exam is held in February of the final semester. So you should start about February to March of the fourth semester. But at least you should definitely have 5 to 6 months in hand before the exam. If you don't start a year before, you should definitely start 6 to 5 months before the exam.
All right. So is the format of the question paper same and is the question paper common for whatever stream you want to sign up for, whether it's economics or chemistry or biology? Is there a common paper or the paper varies from the course to course?
No, so you have different papers for all of the courses, and it's curated specifically for that discipline. So I gave the IIT exam for physics. My paper was different from other courses.
All right. That's very informative. Thank you so much. Now, please tell us, is coaching essential to clear this exam? Did you take coaching? And if coaching has to be taken, then what are the various options and which is the better option, whether online or offline?
Right. So I wouldn't say that coaching is absolutely essential. Like, I'm sure there are students who have cleared JAM with very good ranks, in fact, without coaching. So I wouldn't say it's essential, but what it does do is it guides your studies. So instead of going through all these 10, 15 books that you, standard books that you have for all these subjects, you get a curated paths of how to study and what exactly to study if you go for coaching. So I think it depends upon the student if he or she has the proper guidance. If they have the guidance of a professor or teacher who knows the ins and outs of this exam, then maybe not. But for most students, I would say coaching isn't a bad idea. And as for the different types of coachings available, recently online coaching courses taken a huge share of students who prepare for these exams, especially after COVID, obviously. In fact, I was planning on going for offline classes, but because of COVID, I had to settle for online classes, but they're not that bad. So I would say if for a student who's very motivated, online classes aren't a bad option. They're cheaper, they are more flexible, so you don't have to be on time. You can watch recorded classes, and it also saves you a lot of time while traveling. So I would say online classes are a better option in general.
Precisely, you are right. And other than that, ultimately, at the end of the day, you have limited level of energy. So it saves
Right.
definitely a lot
Exactly.
of energy also. So moving on to the second part of the same question, which is linked with this, I wanted to know how do you balance your own undergraduation final year studies, and then you also have a pressure of preparation for JAM exam, which is again very demanding. So what strategies should the students use?
Right. So, yeah, you're absolutely right. The pressures of managing college life and, more importantly, college studies and jam preparation can be very hectic. So, in fact, that's why it's suggested that you start your preparations at least a year earlier. But what you have to do is it's essentially time management, but you also have to realize that your courses in college, especially if you're in DU, are very much aligned with the courses of JAM. So if you're preparing for one, preparation for the other shouldn't be that difficult. I mean, yes, the syllabus is a bit vast when it comes to JAM, and you have to prepare 3 years worth of syllabus in just a year. But I think if you have proper time management and you focus all your attention on this particular exam for a year, I think it's not that difficult.
All right. Yes, my next question, Swayam, is that are all topics equally important? As you mentioned, that it's like very vast syllabus. So, should students focus on 100% preparation of all the topics, or should they sort of have smart study in place and pay attention to few topics which are more important than the others? And how do they go about it?
Right. So, since the syllabus is so vast, it's almost impossible to focus on all the subjects. So, and that is in fact not the ideal approach because JAM very specifically focuses on a few subjects more than others. So, if you go through the PYQs, you can definitely figure out what topics are important and what are not. So, specifically for physics, I would say topics like quantum mechanics, electrodynamics, and optics, especially optics, are very, very important. Whereas other topics like, let's say, solid state physics or even statistical mechanics to some extent are not as important. So it really varies from exam to exam. For JAM, that's the case. For TIFR, that some other topics might be important. So I would suggest students to go through PYQs and decide for themselves the topics that they think are more important than others. But specifically for physics, yeah, I would say quantum mechanics, optics, and electrodynamics are the most essential subjects.
All right. So that means students have to first really analyze the previous year question papers and then step into deciding that what and how much time they want to devote to which particular topic. That's important.
Right,
My
right. That's absolutely essential.
thank you.
Yes.
So, what are the other resources that one can use to help them through their preparation? Other than what you said, one is they can fall upon their undergraduation syllabus because that is in alignment. So, other than that, what resources do you recommend?
Well, other than that, there are bunch of resources on the internet. For example, for STEM-related subjects, so I'm excluding economics here because I'm not sure about economics. But for STEM-related subjects, there are a bunch of resources online. One very good resource would be OpenCourseWare. So you can get notes, you can get video lectures, you can get even test assignments from that website, and it's very closely related to the syllabus of JAM, and they're very well curated questions. Other than that, topic wise, you can get videos on basically anything on YouTube, and they're very well done. And then another thing I would suggest students to do is in your syllabus, specifically if you're from DU, you should go through all the listed books for every topic that you're preparing for. They're absolutely standard books and they're really well written, and the questions are also specifically designed for these competitive exams. And you will often find some questions are directly taken from standard books like Griffiths and Ghatak. So you should definitely go through standard books as well.
All right, that's important insight. Now, please tell our students if you can little bit talk about the question paper. What's the format of the question paper? Is there a negative marking or not? So that would really help them.
Right. So the JAM paper has three sections. Section A is the only one that has a negative marking. Section B and C do not have negative marking. Now, section A has 10 questions that are 1 mark each, and for every incorrect answer, you get deducted 0.33 marks. Now, the rest of the 20 questions on section A are 2 marks each, and for every incorrect answer, you get deducted 0.67 marks. Now, section B has 10 questions. There are multiple solution questions. So, every question may have two correct options, three correct options, four, or even one. No negative marking, but and there are only 10 questions. And then finally, section C is NAT type or integer numeric value type questions.
So that
Again, no negative marking.
all right. And is that the section C also MCQ type questions are there, or is it like you have to solve the sum and then arrive an answer?
No MCQ type questions in section C. It's numerical value only.
All right. So, and please tell our students that how difficult is JAM when compared to other competitive exams like TFIR, GS, and JEST.
Right. So the three exams you mentioned, the three main exams all of bachelor students appear for in basic sciences. And I would say IIT JAM is I don't want to say easiest, but it is definitely the exam with the least amount of topics that are covered in all of these exams. So, in that sense, maybe yes, IIT JAM would be considered the easiest. But difficulty of questions is sometimes more or less the same. But yeah, it's only the vastness of the syllabus that varies.
And also, I wanted to know that which exams lead to what? What is the outcome of each exam? Do you sign up for the same courses after clearing these exams? Are there different colleges and different courses related to each exam?
Right. So courses also vary slightly, and admitting institutes are definitely different. So for JAM, like I mentioned, it's for masters, but some institutes also have integrated PhD. For example, IIT Kharagpur is one that has integrated PhD as well. I think IIT Bombay also has it, but it's mostly for masters. Now, JEST is for various research institutes, for example, PRL, ARIES, Homi Baba Center, and ICES. And these are specifically research institutes. And JEST also doesn't guarantee you admission into any of these institutes. You'll also have to appear for their individual interview processes. That's not the case in JAM. At least if you're only going for masters, that's not the case in JAM. Whereas TIFR is specifically for TIFR Mumbai, NCRA, ICTS, and TCIS, which is in Hyderabad, I think. I'm not sure about that, but specifically institutes related to TIFR.
All right. I would also request you to just look into our conversation, and if you think that there is something that we've missed out, that may be of value to the students, you can talk about it.
So I think we covered a lot of topics, a lot of important topics. I would maybe like to discuss a way in which students should structure their studies for JAM and honestly for all of these exams. So I would suggest students, like I mentioned before, they start studying, they should go through all the previous year questions for every exam that they're appearing for, and the preparation varies slightly. So it's not an all-inclusive preparation for every exam because the syllabus varies, the difficulty level varies. Sometimes, times it doesn't. So I would suggest students to first go through all the PYQs then I would suggest them to club together subjects that are closely related. For example, if I'm studying analog electronics right now, I would then follow it up with something that's similar. I would follow it up with digital electronics, and then I'm done with that entire side of my preparation. Now, when I start something else, I'll first go through the prerequisites for that topic. So if I'm going to start statistical mechanics, I need to make sure that I'm done with thermodynamics properly and quantum mechanics properly. So students need to be smart about how they're structuring their studies. You can't just start something from the middle and then move over to something else. You need to guide your studies properly and make sure that similar things are done together, because I think that registers in your memory better.
You are right, because as you already mentioned, syllabus is so vast. If they would not structure it, I think they'll get lost with that syllabus around. So,
Yeah, absolutely.
so thank you so much for your inputs, Swayam. And I'm sure coming that from a ranker, All in India ranker means a lot, and that must have come out of your experience, which would have been one of the factors to help you ace the exam. Thank you so much. Uh,
Thank you very much, ma'am.
And to our students, please stay tuned. We are going to get you more such authentic information from directly from our students.